Well, good evening, race fans, and welcome to UltimateDirtTV. Tonight on the program, it's round number 9 of the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. Qualifying currently underway on the track at the moment. We are live here at Knoxville Raceway. My name is Matt Bailey, and we thank you so much for watching along here tonight. It's going to be a cracking show. And as right now, Cooper Wilson goes quick time, 15.926. Darcy Wilson back there in position 2 at the moment, 15.953. Then back to Tyler Bish, Braden Miller, Brent Hobbs, Aston Hurley, Mitchell Clark, Jamie Warner, Jason Burke to round out your top 9. And it is going to be on tonight here at the Knoxville Raceway. Let's check out some other cars on the racetrack as well. Aiden Beerline goes to position number 9 at the moment on the racetrack. Pulls back into the pit area in that beautifully presented RF Carpentry Beeline Racing number 13A machine. Hails all the way from Fredericksburg, Virginia. And Riley Stewart, poor Brian on the racetrack, goes second quick, 15.951. Equal lap times with Riley Stewart. Good to see Riley in the house for tonight as well. Thomas Mitchell on the speedway, and his laps are done as well. He's 14th quick with a 16.006. So good to see a lot of these guys on the racetrack for tonight. Mitchell Clark back in the house as well in the Track Tech number 0 machine. And Mitchell is 9th quick on the speedway at the moment with a 15.996. Looks like he's just running some laps in that race car as he's off the throttle right now in that Track Tech number 0 machine. Scott Partington watching in online tonight, and thank you for the 200-star donation, Scott. I appreciate it very much, mate. Helps out the stream and helps out everyone behind the scenes here on Ultimate Dirt TV, so we appreciate that, and we thank you very much. Well, race fans, qualifying is done and dusted. We'll check out your results right now. And, well, how about Cooper Wilson? Quick time, a good start to the night. 15.926 for Cooper Wilson. They're back to Paul Bryan, Riley Stewart, Darcy Wilson, Tyler Bish, your top 5. Braden Miller, Brent Hobbs, Aston Hurley, Mitchell Clark, and Kinsey Claridge to round out your top 10. Here's your grid right now for heat race number 1. Jason Crawford In the JSI Racing, Hobbs trenching and boring number 12 machine will start on the pole position to his outside. Car number 88 for Vortex Sim Sports. That is Nathan Vanderwacker. Position number 3 will be the 5 machine of Nash Granger. Position number 4 will be the 13A machine of Aiden Beeline. Position number 5 with the 00 of Braden Miller. Position number 6, your fast time man here tonight, driving the 14 machine. That is Cooper Wilson. Position number 7 will be the 1 car of Paul Hose. Position number 8 will be the 69 car from Warrnambool, Victoria. That is Craig Plater. Position number 9 with the 65 car, Riley Simpson and Stephen Haitley. In the TB Motorsports, number 60 car will start from position number 10. Well, race fans, good to see a lot of these drivers on the racetrack for tonight. It's going to be on. Hopefully everyone enjoys the action. Hello, Anne-Marie. Thank you so much for watching online with us tonight. Your boy starts out at position 4. And we are set to go. 12 laps is the distance for heat racing here tonight. Here at Knoxville Raceway. Vanderwacker on the outside of the front row. The Speed Shop 51.com. Vortex Sim Sports number 88 machine. Watch Nash Granger as well in the from the inside of row number 2. Aiden Beeline as well on the outside of the second row. What can your fast time man do here in heat race number 1? The 14 car of Cooper Wilson on the outside of row number 3. Pace car off the circuit, race fans. Heat race number 1. 12 laps is the distance. We're green. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Crawford out to the early race lead. Vanderwacker in hot pursuit. Beeline up to position 3 already on the speedway. Your fast time man, Cooper Wilson, still back there fighting right now with Nash Granger. 1 lap down, 11 laps to go. Here on Knoxville Raceway for heat race number 1, Crawford. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run this time by. Down the main straightaway we'll go as they exit turn 4. Another one down. We've still got 10 laps to go. Vanderwacker right on the rear tail tank of the 12 machine. The Hobbs trenching and boring. JSI Racing, number 12, sponsored by Valvoline as well. The 12 car, Jason Crawford, is your race leader. Vanderwacker right there on the rear tail tank. Here comes Aiden Beeline. Beeline to the bottom side of the speedway. Almost 3 wide as they exit turn number 4. Beeline slots back into third. Down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Braden Miller is looking to stick his nose in there as well. In the number 2 machine. Into turns number 3 and 4 we'll run this time by. 5 laps down. Still got a lot of laps left to go. Into turns 1 and 2. Past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum and the Bryant Corson Sweet Tower. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 we go. Crawford, still your race leader. Aiden Beeline stuck his nose in for second. Couldn't get the pass completed though. Here comes Cooper Wilson. Feeds the right rear to Braden Miller and says, how does the rubber taste, mate? But into turns number 3 and 4 we go this time by. We've got 5 laps left to go here in heat race number 1. Vanderwacker back there in second. Aiden Beeline had a bauble. Got up all 4 wheels over the cushion in turn number 1 and 2. Into turns 3 and 4 we go though this time by. And down the main straightaway, 4 laps left to run. Here in heat race number 1. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Crawford still holding it down. Vanderwacker back there in second right now, being go back to Aiden Beeline. Here comes Cooper Wilson looking for third. Down the main straightaway we go this time by now. 3 laps to go. Here in heat race number 1, Vanderwacker with a slide job for the race lead. Can't make it stick though. Crawford holds it down, gets the power down to the 12 machine. Into turns 3 and 4 we run this time. Down the main straightaway we go. Cooper Wilson looking for third in the 14 car. Goes for a 2-for-1 slide job. Can't make it stick and gets into the side of Nathan Vanderwacker. That knocks the second place car out of the running right now. That moves Aiden Beeline up into position number 2. 1 lap left to go for your race leader of Jason Crawford. Down the back straight away. How about this, race fans? His first career heat race win victory this season. Crawford gets the job done. Second to Adam Beeline. Third to Nash Granger. Fourth to Cooper Wilson. And wowee, what a run in heat race number 1. Well done to all those drivers on the speedway. Here is your results right now for heat race number 1. Jason Crawford, Aidan Beeline, Nash Granger, Cooper Wilson, your top 4 straight through to the A-main tonight. Then back to Craig Plater, Stephen Haley, Nathan Vanderwacker, Paul Hose, Riley Simpson, and Braden Miller to round out your top 10. Here's your grid right now for heat race number 2, and it is Max Bevan in the 68 from 1 to his outside the 62 of Leo Heaton. Brooke Marquis, the Queenslander, will start from position number 3 to his outside the Speedshot51.com number 81 machine of Joshua Walton. Position number 5 will be the Hobbs Trenching and Boring number 64 machine of Brent Hobbs to his outside, driving the 42 machine, that is Paul Bryan. Corey Borden in the 51 will start from 7 to his outside the 29 machine. Good to see him back behind the wheel tonight. It's Jack Murphy. Position number 9, we'll see the 8 machine of Brock Lewis, and Daniel Nickel in the 18 car will start from position number 10. Well, race fans, heat race number 2. Let's get set to do it all again here at Knoxville Raceway. A massive big thanks to all our sponsors as well. Here on UltimateDirtTV, big thanks to Crawford Designs, so too Southern Cross Transport Equipment Group, and also Hobbs Trenching and Boring. A massive big shout out to those guys for coming on board for the rest of the season here with JSI Racing. So cool to have them on board as a title sponsor for the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. We're here for round number 9. So Maxie Bevan, what can he do in the 68 car? Leo Heaton in that all-black machine on the outside of the front row. Watch Josh Walton in that Speedshot51.com 51 Esports number 81 machine on the outside of the second row. So too Brent Hobbs on the inside of the second row. We are set to go racing here at Knoxville Raceway. Heat race number 2. Set to go live. Pace car off the circuit. Max Bevan and Leo Heaton on the front row. Let's go racing right about now. Into 1 and 2 we go for the first time. They were 4 wide in turn 1 and 2 though. Bit of bump and wheels. Corey Borden cops the worst end of the stick on that one. Into turn 3 and 4. We've got a massive big crash and car upside down. We are caution yellow on the speedway. I believe that may have been Brock Lewis who took a massive ride in turn number 3 and 4. We're going to check that out on the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. They were 4 wide in turn 1 and 2. But as they went into turn 3 and 4, there was contact between the 55 and Brock Lewis. A massive big crash for the 8 machine. So too poor Brian. He went upside down as well. We're going to wind that back a little bit and take a look at what happened with Brock Lewis. We'll catch on board with Brock Lewis there in turn 3 and 4. And wow, just a big ride for the 8 machine. As we'll come back to live pictures right now here at the Knoxville Raceway. So a couple of cars out of this one early. Brooke Marquis as well as out in the Queensland 71. So, race control, just talking to the drivers. Cars just rolling around on the speedway. At the moment, yellow lights are still on. So they're lining up in 2x2 formation right now, so which means we are getting set to go back to green. Here at Knoxville Raceway for the resumption of heat race number 2. We've got 7 cars left in this heat race. We started with 10. We're down 3. Down to 7 cars on the racetrack. Pace car off the circuit. Set to go back to green out of turn number 4. Maxi Bevan and Josh Walton in the front row. Back to green we go. Into turns 1 and 2. Walton right up against the fence in 1 and 2. Down the back straight away we go. It's all heating up right now here at Knoxville Raceway. Here comes Walton to the inside. Looking for the race lead. Maxi Bevan gets the power down to the 68. He holds down the race lead. They're side by side. Into turn 1 and 2 we go. Walton takes the race lead from Max Bevan. They go wheel to wheel down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4 this time. Bevan shuts the door on Walton. Big time out of turn number 4. Down the main straight. They're still wheel to wheel in turn 1 and 2 right now. 6 down and 6 to run here in heat race number 2. Down the back straight away we go. Max Bevan and Josh Walton having a hell of a ding-dong battle on the speedway right now. Bevan tries to shut the door on Walton, but Walton drives around the outside. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Down the back straight away, contact between your race leaders, but Leo Heaton is watching this one from a prime spot right now. Nearly 3 wide down the main straight away. Here comes Heaton into turns 1 and 2. Heaton looking for the race leader already in turn 1 and 2. Down the back straight away we go. Max Bevan relegated back to position number 3. Into turn number 3 and 4 we go this time by. Down the main straight away we go. Joshua Walton now with 3 laps left to run. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Down the back straight away Walton opens up about half a car length with a race lead to turn number 3 and 4 we run this time by. Down the main straight away. 2 laps left to run for the 81 machine of Josh Walton. The battle is on the screen right now for the final transfer spot. Corey Borden is out of the race in this one, but Daniel Nickel in there is at the moment in the 18 machine. He's just outside a transfer spot right now. Brent Hobbs holds that down in the top 4 position. Meanwhile, into turn number 3 and 4 we go. This time by for the final time. Joshua Walton, race fans, takes out heat race number 2. Second will go to, at the line, it looks like it was Leo Heaton. Max Bevan will settle for 3rd. And Brent Hobbs will take home the final transfer spot in heat race number 2. Here are your results right now on your screen. Walton, Josh Walton, Leo Heaton, Max Bevan, and Brent Hobbs, your top 4. And then you go back to out of the transferees. Daniel Nickel, Jack Murphy, Corey Borden, Paul Bryan, Brock Lewis, and Brooke Marquis back there in position number 10. Here's your grid right now for heat race number 3. It's Nick Ryan and Brad O'Brien on the front row in this one. Then you're back to Bo Nation and Jamie Warner in row 2. Aston Hurley and Riley Stewart in the 07 from position number 6. Then you're back to Luke Wilson and Callum Davidson here tonight in the 27 car. Good to see him behind the wheel tonight. Little Croft in the 44 car will start from position number 9. And Riley Roberts in the 22 will start from position number 10. Well, race fans, we are set to go. This time by, we are going to get set to go racing. As they roll down the back straight into turn number 3 and 4 this time by. Pace car set to pull off the circuit. Nick Ryan and Brad O'Brien on the front row. Heat race number 3, 12 on the board. We're green. Looks like O'Brien got a bit of a good start there in turn 1 and 2. Down the back straight there, running to turn 3 and 4. O'Brien, your race leader. Nick Ryan back there in second. Then you go back to Jamie Warner, Bow Nation. In position number 4 at the moment as they roll through turns 3 and 4 and down the main straight away. Nick Ryan still back there in P2. Jamie Warner on the bubble right now in position number 3. So into turn 1 and 2 we go. Oh, we got one car turn around in turn 1 and 2. Luke Wilson. So we got one car upside down, big time Aston Hurley. And I think that also was Bow Nation. As well, they went upside down. We didn't get a yellow flag for that one. Jamie Warner, though, looking for the race lead in turn 1 and 2. Nick Ryan is your current race leader. So head down the back straight away to turn number 3 and 4. We run this time by Davidson in there as well. Callum Davidson 3 wide with Brett O'Brien and Riley Stewart. Stewart gets spat out. Copped the worst end of the stick on that one into turn 1 and 2. O'Brien with a big slider in turn 1 and 2, though. Takes the race lead back into turn 3 and 4. We go this time. Down the main straight away, Jamie Warner there battling for the race lead in the 57. Down to 1 and 2 we run. Riley Stewart still back there in position number 5 at the moment, just outside a transfer spot for Riley Stewart. Into turns 3 and 4 we run this time by, though. They're 3 wide for the battle. Is for the transfer spot here tonight into tonight's A-Main. Down the back straight where they go, though. 3 wide into turn 3 and 4. This is for the transfer spot, race fans, right now. These 3 cars we are watching on screen, Nick Ryan, Callum Davidson, and Riley Stewart in the 07, is the battle for the transfer spot into tonight's A-Main. Meanwhile, Riley Stewart up to position number 3 on the speedway. Relegates Callum Davison back to P4 on the racetrack right now. Through turns 3 and 4 we run this time by, though. 1 lap left to go for Brad O'Brien. Into turns 1 and 2 and down the back straight away for the final time. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go. Jamie Warner looking for second. Gets it in turn 3 and 4. Riley Stewart pins it down the bottom side of the speedway. It's a battle of the line, and Riley Stewart gets second at the line from Jamie Warner. Brad O'Brien is your race winner in the 77. Good stuff here tonight here at Knoxville Raceway. We'll take a look at your Heat 3 results right now on the screen. O'Brien, Stewart, Warner, Davidson, your top 4. Then you go back to Nick Ryan, Luke Wilson, Riley Roberts, Littlecroft, and then you go back to Aston Hurley and Bow Nation back there in position number 10. Here is your grid right now for heat race number 4, and it is David Clifford and Alex Hanna on the front row. Clayton Davies and Mitchell Clark on, Clayton Davies and Thomas Mitchell on row number 2. Mitchell Clark and Darcy Wilson on row 3. Jared McKean's rod and Alex Gavea in position number 7 and 8. Jonathan McKean and Tony Walsh to round out your top 10. Well, race fans, we're set right now for heat race number 4. Sorry, just making some modifications to the live stream right now. We're set to go. Heat race number 4 is green. Good start for David Clifford. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Alex Hanna dropped a couple of positions there right now. Into turn number 3 and 4 we go. Clayton Davies up to position number 2 right now on the speedway in the 50 machine. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Davies caught the wall in turn 1 and 2. Wilson almost made contact with Mitchell Clark. Thomas Mitchell back there as well right now. Back down to position number 7 on the speedway, but he'll make his way back up through the field. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Clayton Davies takes the race lead from David Clifford right now. Into turn number 3 and 4 we go. Here comes Alex Hanna into turn 3 and 4. Contact with Alex Hanna and David Clifford there just briefly. Darcy Wilson had to turn the car down the racetrack that last time around the speedway. Into turns 3 and 4 we run this time by and down the main straightaways at exit turn number 4. Hanna holds down the 3rd position. Clayton Davies is your race leader. Darcy Wilson bobbling on the cushion right now and down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 we go. Davies down the main straight right now, 5 laps down, still got a lot of laps left to go. Into turns 1 and 2 we run. Down the back, shoot it to turn number 3 and 4 right now. As I exit turn number 4, Davies is your race leader. In the Hobbs, trenching and boring, send it. Sim Sports I think he's got number 1 on the car tonight. So good to see that car on the speedway. Normally in the 50 machine. Into turns 3 and 4 we run and down the main straightaway right now with 5 laps left to go. Here in heat race number 4 right now. Alex Hanna almost gets into the back of the 38 of David Clifford. Nearly contact back in the pack right now between Darcy Wilson and Mitchell Clark. They sort it out in turn 3 and 4. Down the main straightaway, we run into turns 1 and 2. Thomas Mitchell looking for further positions right now in the WA02 machine. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go. Darcy Wilson is on the bubble right now for that transfer spot. Thomas Mitchell looking to steal that away. Into 1 and 2 we go. Alex Hanna takes the 2nd spot from David Clifford. Thomas Mitchell takes over the 6th spot from Mitchell Clark right now. Into turns 3 and 4 and down the main straightaway we run into turns 1 and 2. 2 laps left to, remaining for your race leader of Clayton Davies. Down the main straightaway we run this time by. The white flag is out for your race leader, Clayton Davies. In that Hobbs, trenching and boring, send it Sim Sports, number 1 machine. Down the back straightaway we go into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. It's a battle to the finish. The battle is on for the final transfer spot right now. Davies takes it. 2nd to Hanna, 3rd to David Clifford, and 4th to Thomas Mitchell. It was all on out of turn number 4. And what a run tonight here at Knoxville Raceway, race fans. How about banging your hands together for these drivers? We'll check out your results right now for heat race number 4. Davies, Hanna, Clifford, and Thomas Mitchell to round out your top 4. Darcy Wilson, Mitchell Clark, Jonathan McKean. Then back to Alex Gavia. Then you're back to Jeremy Keensrod and Tony Walsh to round out your top 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting through these heat races thick and fast tonight. We're up to your final heat race of the night. And we go to the grid right now. Kai Jensen, the 75 from 1. Andrew Corbett in the 21 from 2. Zane O'Toole in the 52 from 3 with Jason Burke in the 74 from 4. Kenzie Claridge in the 47 from 5 with Tyler Bish in the Allure Esports 41 from position number 6. Cole Ferguson, the Rutledge Brothers Racing number 43, will start from position number 7. Boyd Batter for TJS Sim Sports will start the 26 from 8. Anthony Crown in the 239 will start from position 9. And Cody Lawrence in the 55 for JPM Motorsports will start from position number 10. Well, race fans, the final heat race of the night is upon us. I tell you what, though, race fans, how about checking out this machine? How about having a go at Kai Jensen? That is a nice-looking ride, my friend. The KRE Race Engines BK Trading. Number 9 machine. That is a nice-looking hot rod. But as they roll through turn 3 and 4, we got 2 real-life sprint car drivers on the front row, set to go green out of turn number 4. Kai Jensen and Andrew Corbett. Well, I'll tell you what, Kai Jensen played big mind games with the top 4 then. We got a big crash in turn 1 and 2. We are yellow on the speedway. Our second caution of the night here at the Knoxville Raceway. And we'll take a quick look and find out what happened in turn 1 and 2. So Boyd Bowden and Jason Burke it was in turn 1 and 2. So it looks like there was just contact between Jason Burke and Tyler Bish. And unfortunately, Boyd Bowden an incident party in that one. Jason Burke went upside down and big damage on the 74 machine. So we'll get these guys lined up once again on the speedway. Zane O'Toole will restart from the 4th position in the 78 machine. Kai Jensen on the front row in the 9 to his outside. Real life 410 sprint car driver Andrew Corbett in his son Jai's machine tonight. So good to see that car on the speedway. So Kai Jensen, the KRE Race Engines Lockdown Apparel, BK Trading number 9. On the pole position. What can the 9 machine do from the front row? This is going to be good, race fans. The final heat race of the night. Got Boyd Bowden down the back of the bus with big damage on that 26 machine. Cole Ferguson back there as well in position number 5 on the speedway. Set to go green out of turn number 4. Kai Jensen and Andrew Corbett on the front row. We're green. Into 1 and 2 we go. Jensen with the early race lead. Down the back straightaway we go to turn number 3 and 4 we run this time. Here comes Zane O'Toole though. O'Toole with a slide job on the 10 machine. They go wheel to wheel out of turn number 4 and down the main straightaway. Into 1 and 2 we go. Here comes Corbett. Corbett with a slider on Jensen. Down the back straightaway we run this time into turn number 3 and 4. Jensen with a return slider in turn 3 and 4 right now. Down the main straightaway we run. They go wheel to wheel. Kai Jensen and Andrew Corbett make contact on the main straightaway. Jensen lost about 3 positions there. Entering turn 1 and 2. Is there damage on the 9 machine of Kai Jensen's car? Zane O'Toole up into the 2nd position. Then you go back to Kinzer Claridge in the 11. In the 2nd position right now, O'Toole was on the cushion, bouncing that car around big time. Tyler Bish back there in the 5th position at the moment on the speedway. Kai Jensen, oh, it looks like he's got big damage on the 9 car. And he does too. Oh, no, big contact in turn 1 and 2. Kai Jensen upside down. Anthony Crown had nowhere to go in the 239 car. And we are yellow once again on the speedway. Big crash for Kai Jensen. He had damage coming out of turn number 4 on the racetrack and he tried to turn it off the speedway. And Anthony Crown just came in and absolutely walloped that race car. We're going to watch this in slow-mo. So Jensen Went into turns 1 and 2, tried to turn the car down the racetrack, and Anthony Crown, bam, just unloads the 9 machine. And big crash for the 9 car of Kai Jensen. So Anthony Crown involved in that big wreck in turn 1 and 2. Kai Jensen out of the race in this one. Andrew Corbett, though, will hold down the race lead in the 10 machine. Looks like we're set to go one more time. Anthony Crown down the back of the bus with a very heavily damaged race car. Corbett and Kinzer Claridge, 2 Queenslanders lining up on the front row. So good to see these guys on the racetrack for tonight. We're set to go racing out of turn number 4. We've got a sprint car driver versus a lightning sprint driver on the speedway. Out of turn number 4, we're green. Out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway we go. Into turns 1 and 2, we've got a green-white checker situation going on right now. Cody Lawrence looking for second. Went for the big slider in turn 1 and 2. Here comes Kinzer Claridge, so through turns 3 and 4, and Andrew Corbett will get the white lights this time down the main straightaway into turn 1 and 2. Puts it on the cushion in 1. Here comes Kinzer Claridge with a slide job for the race lead. Can't hold it down, though. Here comes Andrew Corbett back for the race lead. Through turns 3 and 4 we go. For the final time, down the main straightaway. And Andrew Corbett will win heat race number 5. Second will go to Kinzer Claridge. Third to Cody Lawrence. And fourth to Tyler Bish. What a run here tonight, race fans. Good stuff by these guys on the speedway. We'll check out your final heat race results right now on the racetrack. Andrew Corbett with a win in the 10 machine. Then back to Kinzer Claridge, Cody Lawrence, and Tyler Bish, your top 4. Cole Ferguson, Zane O'Toole, Anthony Crown, Kai Jensen, Boyd Bowden, and Jason Burke to round out your 10-car field. Well, race fans, here is your grid right now for the first of 2 last chance qualifiers here tonight. Craig Plater and Nick Ryan will line up on the front row. Then back to Cole Ferguson and Jack Murphy. Mitchell Clark and Nathan Vanderwacker, Riley Roberts and Anthony Crown, Paul Bryan and Alex Gavia, Riley Simpson and Aston Hurley in positions 11 and 12. Then we roll down the page to Boyd Bowden, Brooke Marquis and Tony Walsh in the 916 car. So we are set to go right now. Craig Plater and Nick Ryan on the front row. 360 sprint car racing at its best right now. This is one of the, if you're looking to race on iRacing with JSI, jump into the members page and look up JSI Sundays. The category is changed each season. And, well, tonight we are at round number 9 so far. And just before we go into commercial break after the B main, I'm actually going to read out your top points scorers so far for this season. Craig Plater and Nick Ryan on the front row, 15 laps on the board here at Knoxville Raceway. B main number 1, we're green. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. For the first time, Craig Plater with an early race lead to turn number 3 and 4 we go. The groove has moved right up the racetrack right now. Track slicking off beautifully here at Knoxville. Into 1 and 2 we go. Nick Ryan had a bit of a bobble there on the top side of the speedway. Had to turn the car down off the cushion. Meanwhile, that's worked for him in turn 3 and 4 though right now. Down the main straightaway we go. Craig Plater on the ball right now in the 69 car. Sitting at the pointy end of the pack. Nick Ryan still there in the 7 car. Bit of mechanical issues with that machine at the moment. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Cole Ferguson back there in position number 3. And then back to Mitchell Clark and Nathan Vanderwacker, top 5 on the speedway at the moment. Meanwhile, through turns 3 and 4, we run this time by. And down the main straightaway we go. Plater on the top side of the racetrack. Here comes Cole Ferguson. Ferguson looking for the race lead. Couldn't get the job done, though. Holds down the 3rd position. Into turns 3 and 4 we go this time by Nick Ryan on the bottom side of the speedway, and that's working for him right now. We've got a multi-groove racetrack. We're nearly 4 wide for the race lead, though, if you don't mind. They were nearly 4 wide going to turn 1 and 2, and we are caution yellow on the speedway. Looks like Jack Murphy and Anthony Crown have come together on the racetrack. We'll bring up your UltimateDirtTV instant replay on the screen. So it looks like Jack Murphy made contact with Alex Gavia. And then Anthony Crown had nowhere to go in the 239 car. So big damage on the 239 machine of Anthony Crown. And so too Jack Murphy. I reckon there'll be some pretty big damage on the 55 car. Yep, broken front end on that race car. So we'll come back to live pictures right now here at the Knoxville Raceway. Sweet looking race car for Craig Plater as well this season. So, Nick Ryan is your race leader. Craig Plater back there in 2nd. Cole Ferguson 3rd. So, it's going to be all on here tonight at Knoxville Raceway. Be sure to stay tuned for your 35-lap main here tonight at Knoxville. It's all happening here tonight. It's going to be a cracking show, race fans. Big thanks to Hobbs Trenching and Boring for coming on board for the rest of the season for the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series live here with JSI. Here on UltimateDirtTV. And what a night it has been so far. Here at Knoxville Raceway. Pace car off the circuit. Nick Ryan and Craig Plater on the front row. Set to go green out of turn number 4. We're green. Craig Plater didn't have the start that he wanted in the 69 car. He's lost a couple of positions right now on the speedway. Gets the momentum back up right now on the 69 machine. Meanwhile, here comes Cole Ferguson. They're 3 wide out of turn number 4, though. They were in 2 lines of 3. That was some good racing right now here at Knoxville Raceway. Down the back straight away we go. We got a big tangle up. 3 cars. We are yellow once again on the speedway. Paul Bryan, Nick Ryan, and Cole Ferguson. It is on the speedway. We'll take a look at your UltimateDirtTV instant replay and find out what happened. We'll bring it back just a little bit for you guys. No, looks like we're right on it. We're going to bring that back actually and just find out where all that contact started. So as they were 3 wide coming down the back straight away, Paul Bryan was sort of the instigator in that one. Looks like they were made contact with the Cartworks number 7 of Nick Ryan and all all sorts of drama right now. You can see the 7 and the 42 cars stuck as Cole Ferguson is going end over end in the 81 car. So as we come back to live pictures right now here at Knoxville Raceway. And we are set to go once again. So we are set to go here at Knoxville Raceway. Craig Plater and Mitchell Clark on the front row. Nathan Vanderwacker and Alex Gavia in row number 2. Set to go green. Green-white checker situation here at Knoxville Raceway. Set to go green out of turn number 4. Craig Plater and Mitchell Clark on the front row. Back to green we go. Into turns 1 and 2. Craig Plater had a belter of a restart right now in that 69 machine. Into turns 3 and 4 we go. Comes Gavia. Alex Gavia in the 32 car right now is on the charge. Here in B main number 1. Nathan Vanderwacker in all sorts of trouble in turn 1 and 2. Lucky not to go upside down. He caught the cushion there in turn 1 and 2 and unsettled the race car big time. Riley Simpson, though, makes contact with Nathan Vanderwacker, and big contact it was as well. Vanderwacker went upside down in the 88 car. Craig Plater takes out tonight's B-main number 1. Good stuff to the 69 car. Good to see him on the track for tonight. Mitchell Clark will take second, Alex Gavia third, and Riley Simpson in the top 4. As far as I do believe, race fans, it was the top 3 from C-main action through to tonight's A-main. Craig Plater, Mitchell Clark, Alex Gavia, top 3. And then, unfortunately, from 4th on back, they will be sitting on the hill or in the grandstand having a pie and a sausage pie and a can of Coke on the up there in the grandstand. So be sure to grab some merchandise from those drivers. B-main competition right now on the speedway. Daniel Nickel, Darcy Wilson on the front row. Stephen Haley, Luke Wilson in row 2. Zane O'Toole, Corey Borden, Jonathan McKean, and Paul Hose. Callum Crawford in the 44 in position 9. Kai Jensen in the 75 from 10. Brock Lewis and Jeremy Keensrod back there in positions number 11 and 12. Braden Miller, Bo Nation, and Jason Burke back there in the top 15. We are set to go right now for official B-main competition here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. And it's all on here tonight. The final last chance qualifier to get into the big dance. Let's check out 44 car of Callum Crawford, the JSI Racing Valvoline sponsored number 44 entry. Good to see him in the field for tonight, starting out of position number 10 alongside the number 9 machine of Kai Jensen. How good is that sight, race fans? Right there on the speedway, the car's rolling through turn 3 and 4. We are set to go racing. We're green. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Daniel Nickel had a good start, but here comes Luke Wilson to the inside. Wilson takes the race lead. Here comes Zane O'Toole as well to the inside of him right now. Battle on for the race lead. 1 down, 14 to go. Here in B-main competition into turns 1 and 2. Big contact. Stephen Haley, Corey Borden Haley had turned the 60 car around, and we are yellow in turn 1 and 2. Stephen Haley, it was, made contact with Corey Borden in turn 1 and 2, and unfortunately turned the 60 car around. The Horsham Off-Road Allure Esports number 41. Number 60 car. We're talking about Stephen Haley in the 60 entry. So that's what the cause of the yellow lights coming on the speedway here in B-Main competition right now. So we will be coming back to green flag competition with Zane O'Toole, your race leader. Second at the moment is Luke Wilson. Third is Daniel Nickel. Fourth is Jonathan McCain. Fifth is Corey Borden. Sixth is Brock Lewis. Good to see that car back out on the speedway after his crash in his early heat race tonight. That team thrashing to get that car back together. For tonight's B-Main, we're back to green. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. O'Toole with the race lead. McKean to the top side of the speedway. Into turns 3 and 4 we go. O'Toole comes out of turn number 4. Down the main straightaway this time by. Into turns 1 and 2. 5 down, 10 to go. Here in tonight's B-Main. Down the back straightaway into turns number 3 and 4 we go. Kai Jensen still back there in position number 10 at the moment. Callum Crawford in behind him in the 44 entry, back in position number 11 on the racetrack. Brock Lewis in all sorts of trouble on the top side of the speedway in the 8 car. Caught the cushion on the top side of the speedway and unsettled that race car big time. Down the main straightaway we go though. Into turns 1 and 2. Bow Nation caught the cushion as well in turn 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 we go though. Battle on for the race lead. Into turns 1 and 2. O'Toole holds down the race lead. Here comes Luke Wilson looking back to the inside. Can't get the job done though. Into turns 3 and 4. McKean back there in position number 3 right now on the racetrack. Callum Crawford's pulled it into the pit area for tonight. He's out. Good run tonight for the 44 entry. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go though. This time by we'll have 5 laps left to go. Into 1 and 2. Very smooth right now on the wheel is the 78 machine of Zane O'Toole. But here comes Braden Miller as well, the 2 entry with a slow job on Jonathan McKean. The Southwest Conveyancing number 48 machine heads down the main straightaway to turns 1 and 2 we go. Takes over the 3rd position once again from Braden Miller. Miller holds it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 we go though. Through turns 3 and 4 this time by down the main straightaway. Still got 3 laps left remaining right now here in tonight's B-Main. I don't think Braden Miller is done yet in that number 2 entry. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go. Those right on the top side of the speedway. Lap traffic about to play a part in tonight's B-Main. Through turns 1 and 2 we go. Luke Wilson has gone to the inside of the speedway to try and hold off the battle from Braden Miller. Through turns 3 and 4 we run this time by though. Battle on for the race lead. 3 wide. Into turns 1 and 2 and Braden Miller takes the race lead. They're side by side down the back straightaway with Luke Wilson. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run though. This time by him for the final time. Through turns 3 and 4. It's on for the race lead and Braden Miller will take it. He'll win tonight's B-Main. 2nd to Zane O'Toole. 3rd to Luke Wilson. 4th to Jonathan McCain. 5th to Brock Lewis. What a run here tonight, race fans. Good stuff out on the racetrack. We will check out your official B-main results. So there it is. Miller, O'Toole, Wilson, and Jonathan McKean, your top 4 in tonight's B-main. Well, race fans, preliminary action is complete. We're going to go into a quick warm-up session for the sprint cars, and we'll be back on the other side of this with a 35-lap A-main still in the program.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Well, race fans, welcome back to UltimateDirtTV. Right now, it is time to get set to go into your grid for tonight's A-main. Jason Crawford and Joshua Walton on the front row. Brad O'Brien and Clayton Davies on row 2. Andrew Corbett and Aidan Billon on row number 3. Leo Heaton and Riley Stewart on row 4. Alex Hanna and Kinsey Claridge on row number 5. And then you go back to Nash Granger and Max Bevan on row number 6. We go over the page to Jamie Warner and David Clifford, Cody Lawrence and Cooper Wilson, Brent Hobbs and Callum Davidson, Thomas Mitchell and Tyler Bish, Craig Plater and Brandon Miller, Mitchell Clark and Zane O'Toole. Your 24 starters here tonight. Round number 9 here at Knoxville Raceway for the JSI Sundays. Hobbs trenching a boring 360 sprint car series. So we are set to go right now, race fans. Time to get set to go racing here at Knoxville Raceway. Race fans, pace cars off the circuit. Let's go live for 35 here at Knoxville Raceway. Tonight's A-main is green. Into turn 1 and 2 we go. Crawford and Walton side by side for the race lead. Aidan Beeline on the top side of the racetrack. Into turn 3 and 4 we go. Down the main straightaway. We're already 3 laps in the books. Joshua Walton has the race lead down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Clayton Davies. Davies through the middle part of the speedway takes over second. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. As the sorry guys, the lap board was having a bit of a hissy fit. I do apologise about that. So Joshua Walton is your race leader. Aiden Beerline up to second right now on the speedway, looking for the race lead down the back, down the main straightaway to turn 1 and 2. Beerline on the cushion. Davies back to third. Max Bevan in fourth. And then you go back to Jason Crawford in the top 5. Beerline turns it down the racetrack. Down the main straightaway to turn 1 and 2 we go. Your race leader right now is Aiden Beerline. Down the back straightaway they go to turn number 3 and 4. This time by, could it be the night for this driver from Fredericksburg, Virginia? We are yellow, caution on the speedway. Brad O'Brien, it is in the 77. Let's take a look at your UltimateDirtTV instant replay. It was Brad O'Brien in the 77 car. Andrew Corbett made big contact with the 77 machine and went upside down in turn 3 and 4. We'll come back to live pictures. How about this race, fans? Beerline is your race leader. We are still early laps here in tonight's A-Main. But this could be big. We still have a long way to go here in tonight's A-Main. Beerline is your race leader. Joshua Walton on his outside. Clayton Davies and Maxi Bevan on row number 2. Jason Crawford and Cody Lawrence on row number 3. Riley Stewart and Andrew Corbett back there as well. Set to go green out of turn number 4 this time by. We're green. Into 1 and 2 we go. Beerline on the top side of the speedway. Gets the power down to the 13A machine. Down the back straightaway we go to turn 3 and 4. Caution, yellow on the speedway. Yellow flag is displayed on the racetrack right now. Not too sure what happened on the speedway. Unfortunately, race fans, nothing coming up on my live timing software. So we are set to go once again. Cars will form up. Here at Knoxville Raceway right now. And Aiden Beerline is your race leader. In that 13A machine. Walton on his outside in the 81. Davies back there in the 1 machine in position number 3. Maxi Bevan in position before in the 68. We are set to go back to green flag racing. How about Braden Miller as well, race fans? Up 15 positions already so far in tonight's A-Main. Set to go green out of turn number 4. Green flag is displayed once again here at Knoxville Raceway. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Beerline on the top side of the racetrack. Gets the power down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Walton. Walton on the bottom side of the speedway right now. Davies following the 13A car of Aiden Beeline. That cushion would be Tetris. Jason Crawford baubles on the cushion in turn 1 and 2. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run this time by. As they exit turn 4 and down the main straightaway. 14 laps in the books, now working lap number 15 of 35. And Beeline just over 0.8 of a second of a race lead into turn number 3 and 4 this time by into turn number 3 and 4. Down the main straightaway we go. 15 laps down in the books. Battle is on for second right now between Clayton Davies and Joshua Walton. The gap is closing because we are yellow. Caution on the racetrack right now. Looks like it may have been Andrew Corbett. Not sure what happened with the number 10 machine. But unfortunate for Andrew Corbett. Back in the pit area, so too Jason Crawford. He was up there in a top 5 position and unfortunately got into the cushion in turn 1 and 2. And this is where it all comes down to, race fans. The CD Cinematography, Sydney Computers, Send It Sim Sports, number 1 machine of Clayton Davies. Now restarting on the outside of the front row. Took second away from Joshua Walton. This is about to get good, race fans. This is going to be a cracking finish to tonight's A-Main. We're set to go back to green flag racing out of turn number 4. Beeline jumps on the gas. We're back to green. Into 1 and 2 we go. Side by side for the race lead. Meanwhile, Cody Lawrence and Joshua Walton get together. And looks like we're not going to go yellow for that one. Aiden Beeline sends it off the cushion in turn 3 and 4. Back down to 1 and 2 we go. The guys are 4 wide right now in turn 1 and 2. This is a battle for third. How about Riley Stewart? Stewart into turn number 3 and 4 this time by and down the main straightaway. Up to position number 3 on the racetrack. Meanwhile, in turn 1 and 2, Beeline still on the cushion. We've got 15 to go. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run this time by. Down the main straightaway we go. Into turns 1 and 2, Clayton Davies is right there as well. In that number 1 machine. Riley Stewart back there in position number 3 at the moment. Alec Tanner in position number 4. Thomas Mitchell in the top 5. Braden Miller, your biggest mover so far in tonight's A-Main. Bangs the walls down here at Knoxville. Craig Plater as well, one of the big movers in tonight's A-Main. Started way down in the pack. And he's up 15 positions so far in tonight's A-Main. Thomas Mitchell as well. Riley Stewart sends it through the middle part of the speedway. Holds down 3rd position right now. Alex Hanna back there in position number 4, but here comes Thomas Mitchell as well in the 0-2. Aiden Beeline is your race leader. We've got 11 laps to go, race fans. Here in tonight's A-Main. Meanwhile, battle is still on for minor placings right now. Beeline sends it down the main straight away, looking to battle with lap traffic. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Riley Stewart still holding it down for 3rd. We've got 10 laps to go. Make that 9.5 through turns 3 and 4 this time by. Beeline now makes it 9 laps to go. We got one car slowing on the main straightaway. Through turns 1 and 2 we go. Contact between Hannah and Thomas Mitchell. Craig Plater goes around in the 69. We are caution yellow on the speedway for the final time here tonight. We are yellow. And wow, we race fans, a 1.4 second gap now closed for Aiden Beeline. And that was Craig Plater who brought out the yellow flag here for the final time here tonight here at Knoxville Raceway. As they went through turn 1 and 2, Thomas Mitchell was already in the wall, and unfortunate contact between the 69 car of Craig Plater and the 2 of Braden Miller. We'll come back to live pictures here at Knoxville Raceway. We know Aiden is keen for a win. This would be massive for this young kid out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. In the RF Carpentry Beeline Racing. Number 13A entry. His mum is watching online tonight. This will be huge. We've got 7 laps to go. Right now here at Knoxville Raceway. We are set to go back to green flag racing. Beeline, Davies, Riley Stewart, your top 3. Alex Hanna, Braden Miller, Thomas Mitchell is your top 6. Cooper Wilson is back in position number 7 at the moment. Maxie Bevan is rounding out your top 10. Set to go back to green out of turn number 4. Single file restart here at Knoxville Raceway. Beeline slows it right down here at Knoxville and jumps back on the gas, and we go back to green. Down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Beeline on the cushion. Now we've 5 laps left remaining. Make that 4.5 down the back straight away. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run this time by Davies. Still back there in second right now. Braden Miller up to third. Riley Stewart holds it down. Davies upside down in the 1 machine. Clayton Davies has gone upside down in the CD Cinematography Centre Sim Sports number 1. That is huge for that car. Out of tonight's A-Main. Meanwhile, through turns 1 and 2, Aiden Beeline is your race leader. Alex Hanna back there in second. Riley Stewart in position number 3. Here comes Cooper Wilson. Wilson through the middle part of the speedway, drifts down low at turn number 4. Down the main straightaway now with 2 laps left remaining in tonight's A-Main. Joshua Walton is out of the race. Big damage on the 81 car. Through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Beeline holding it down right now in the 13A entry. White flag is out though for your race leader. Through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. How about it, race fans? This is huge for this team. Give it up for your race winner here tonight. Aiden Beeline gets the job done. My hairs are standing up on my arms right now, race fans. This is massive for this young kid out of Virginia. We know that this is a simulator, but this is massive for this young kid right now out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Pulls up in turn 3 and 4. He's going to take it back to the pit area and put it in victory lane, race fans. How about it for the RF Carpentry Beeline Racing? Number 13A machine pulls down to victory lane. This is huge for this team. pulls up into victory lane right now. The 13A entry. Second went to Alex Hanna. Third went to Riley Stewart tonight. What a run. This family suffered loss over the last few weeks, race fans, and how about it? His son, Aiden, puts it in victory lane tonight here at Knoxville Raceway. We know his mum, Anne-Marie, is watching online tonight. A massive big shout out to that family. Aiden Beeline gets the job done by 1.9 seconds. Alex Hanna second, Riley Stewart third, Cooper Wilson fourth, Luke Wilson fifth. Then back to Thomas Mitchell, David Clifford, Jamie Warner, Braden Miller, and Max Bevan to round out your top 10. Then back to Cody Lawrence, Kinsey Claridge, Craig Plater, Nash Granger, Josh Walton, Clayton Davies, Alex Gavia, Mitchell Clark, Andrew Corbett, and Jason Crawford to round out your top 10. I'm going to be honest, race fans, this interview is going to be emotional with Aiden Beeline here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. We'll leave him for last because he's your race. We are going to go from third to first. Well, race fans, how about giving up for the ABR setup shop RS Sim Shots 07 from New South Wales? It's Riley Stewart, and Riley, mate, podium finish here tonight. What a run for that 07 car.
Yeah, we had good speed at the start, continued to have good speed in the middle, and then I think the bottom came in, but I just didn't want to risk with the new damage model messing up the front end, so just chose to stick with the top and ended up getting the podium.
Mate, an awesome run for you and your team here tonight. Obviously got to be proud with the third place. But hey, obviously with the caliber of drivers here at Knoxville tonight, we know the track was slick from top to bottom. But mate, obviously this with the caliber of drivers here tonight, obviously it was an awesome race for that A-main.
Oh yeah, definitely competitive. I don't think there was a dull moment in the top 5. There was always 2 cars battling, and yeah, just put on a good show.
Mate, run us through the racetrack. It was slick from top to bottom. The top side of the speedway was obviously pretty bumpy up there, but run us through what your thoughts were here for tonight's track here at Knoxville.
Yeah, definitely bumpy, but I think I've ran that many laps here that I sort of learned how to deal with them with the throttle and learnt where they are, so I was just able to let off the throttle when I was about to hit them and did it at the right time for the amount of laps needed.
Mate, sponsor shout-outs on this race car. We know there's a lot of people behind the scenes that help you each and every week.
Yeah, ABR Setup Shop, RS Sim Shots, LCJ Carpentry, just also Berkey and Croft for putting on the lead, you for broadcasting, and all the viewers.
Well, race fans, how about it? Riley Stewart, home in position number 3. Well done, mate. We'll see you back next week. Congratulations.
See ya.
There it is, Riley Stewart, home in position number 3. We're going to catch up with this guy, and he's a bit of a larrikin when it comes here on Ultimate Dirt TV. I've known this guy for quite some time now. Alex Hanna, home in second in the number 97 machine. I was just trying to remember your number there for a second. Alex, mate, second place. Got to be happy with that. This track was slick from top to bottom, mate, but hey, well done.
Yeah, I actually kind of surprised myself. There was an open gap when a few of the other drivers checked up, so I just had the opportunity and took it.
Mate, run us through the racetrack. We'll slip from top to bottom, but that top side of the racetrack was absolutely gnarly here tonight.
Yeah, a slick track, especially with the iRacing fixed setups, is a bit tricky at times. I really didn't know where to put the car. I just kind of followed some people and just kind of did whatever.
Mate, well done on second place here tonight. We know there's a lot of sponsors on this race car. A lot of people behind the scenes that help you each and every week here on iRacing.
Yeah, really just the number one thing I need to give a shout out to is those within the social outcasts. So they know who they are, and that's all that needs to be said.
Well, race fans, there it is. Alex Hanna home in second place here tonight. Well done, mate. We'll see you back next week.
Yep, thank you.
There it is, Alex Hanna home in position number 2 here tonight. Well, race fans, this is a huge win for this team here tonight here at Knoxville Raceway, and I'm pretty sure it's a bit of an emotional win for this kid here tonight. How about giving it up for the RF Carpentry Beeline Racing number 13 A-Machine? It's Aiden Beeline. Aiden, mate, well done. It's obviously a big win for you and your team here tonight, mate. I know your mum's watching online. This has got to be something special for you, mate.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always love this track. I love racing here. Love ripping the top, especially when it's in. And it was a heck of a race, and it was fun to run the top really hard, and you really had to be precise on the throttle and wheel positioning for sure.
Mate, you came from the 6th starting position. Obviously, there was that top side of the racetrack was absolutely unreal here tonight, but all you did was put that car on the top side, and you did not leave that top side of the racetrack, mate. But hey, congratulations. Mate, run us through the racetrack. It was obviously sick from top to bottom, but you made that top side work pretty well.
Yeah, for sure. I just knew that it was going to go away. Not necessarily go away, but it was going to get harder to drive later in the race, and I knew I had to pass within the very first 5 or 10 laps. So I think I just followed Davies there through the field, and once I got around him, I just, Joshua was on the bottom, so it helped me out, and I just rolled the top, and since I had the lead by then, it was going to be hard to pass me since the top was already gone by that time.
Mate, congratulations on the win here tonight. Obviously, like I said, an emotional win for you and your team. But hey, mate, congratulations. A lot of sponsors on this race car, a lot of people behind the scenes that help you each and every week.
Yeah, first off, I just got to dedicate this win to my dad. Unfortunately, he passed about a month ago almost due to cancer, and it really sucks. But we won a race about a week or two ago, and I dedicated, it was here in a 410. Won that race, dedicated to him, and I'm going to do the same thing for this race. Also got to thank Jesus Christ, my mom, my dad, well, not my mom, have habits, Reflection Cabinetry, ABR Setup Shop, Team ABR, and everyone that's on the car that helps me day in and day out.
Well, race fans, how about please bang your hands together for this young kid here tonight from Fredericksburg, Virginia. It's Aiden Beeline. Well done, mate. We'll see you back next week. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, race fans, there it is. Your top 3 here tonight here at the Knoxville Raceway. We do ensure everyone enjoyed all the action. That'll bring us to a close here on UltimateDirtTV. Hopefully everyone enjoyed all the racing. It was a hell of an A-main, and a big congratulations to your top 3 and Aiden Beeline taking out the win here tonight. Second went to Alexander, and third went to Riley Stewart. Well, race fans, we'll see you guys back next week for round number 10 of Hobbs Chenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. My name is Matt Bailey, and we'll see you guys next week. Good night.